Okay. Good afternoon. I would like to call this meeting to order. Today's date is November 20th, 2024. First, I would like to welcome our ad hoc board members who are joining us for several of the items on our agenda today. On the Fountain Point case, representing Boakes Creek and Rush Creek Townships, Rush Creek Township trustee Jeff Spencer. From Logan County, Commissioner Michael Yoder. On the Circleville case, representing the Pickaway County Board of Commissioners is the Executive Director of the Pickaway County Regional Planning Commission, Tim McGinnis. Representing Jackson and Wayne Townships, Jackson Township Trustee Ian Fosnaugh. On the Mink case, representing the Defiance and Paulding County Board of Commissioners, Defiance County Commissioner David Kern. Representing Carryall and Hicksville Township, Carryall Township Trustee Ben Kauser. So thank you all for being here today and for participating in our process. Before we begin with our roll call, I want to take a minute to recognize one of our OPSB designees, Drew Bergman, who represents Ohio EPA. On the board is here for his very last OPSB meeting. Drew has served on the board as a designee for over 17 years. I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure that's a record. So thank you, Drew, so much for your service to the public. We all wish you the best in your retirement. Thank you very much. Our next order of business is the roll call, which will be conducted by Jeff Jones, the board's legal director.
Chair French.
Here.
Department of Agriculture.
Here.
Department of Health.
Here.
Department of Natural Resources.
Here.
Department of Development.
Here.
The Environmental Protection Agency.
Here.
Public Member Greg Sloan.
Here.
Representative Ray.
Here.
Representative Skindell.
Here.
Senator Smith.
Here.
Ad hoc board members, Trustee Spencer.
Here.
Commissioner Yoder.
Here.
Executive Director McGinnis.
Here.
Trustee Fosnaugh.
Here.
Commissioner Kern.
Here.
Trustee Kauser.
Here.
Chair French, we have a quorum.
Thank you. The next order of business is approving the minutes from the meeting of September 19th, 2024. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes as prepared, please?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any comments or discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? The minutes as prepared are approved. Next, we are going to move on to our cases with Judge Hicks. Senator Smith, I know you have session occurring right as we speak that you are missing to be here today. So I'm going to take our agenda out of order and we will address case number 2, Circleville Solar LLC first today. So item number 2, case number 211090, ELBGN Circleville Solar LLC, please.
In this opinion and order, the board denies the application of Circleville Solar Facility LLC for a certificate of environmental compatibility and public need for the construction, operation, and maintenance of a proposed 70-megawatt solar-powered electric generation facility in Jackson Township, Pickaway County.
Okay. Is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Senator Smith?
Thank you very much, members of the board and Chair French. Appreciate your indulgences. I have not missed a vote in any floor vote at all in this General Assembly or the past General Assembly or the prior General Assembly, to give you some idea of how important I think being here is right now. So I would ask that the Circleville Solar application not be denied. I have a number of letters of support. I'm going to read from some of them. From stakeholder organizations, from 3 mayors, from 5 members of the Ohio General Assembly. 4 of those 5 are actually Republicans. I am the sole Democrat who has given you a letter. But in terms of some of the things that the mayors have said, the former mayor of Circleville himself, Don McElroy, said that he was the mayor from 2013 to 2024. At the time that the Circleville Solar filed its application with the Ohio Power Siting Board, reading from his letter, there was no general opposition to the solar development in the community. In fact, we were focused on a number of positive aspects of hosting the development. Later in his letter, he says, I note that the opposition to the Circleville Solar project has never been unanimous, including the county commissioners' divided vote on the resolution to oppose this project. From the mayor of Lancaster, David Schiffler, who writes in support of the project, he notes in the first paragraph of his letter that he is a member of the NOPEC Board of Directors, and all the power would be purchased by NOPEC communities. And he wrote, in my capacity as a NOPEC board member and a mayor of a community close to the project in central Ohio, I write to express my full support of the project. Getting to the members of the Ohio General Assembly, Majority Floor Leader Bill Seitz, no shrinking violet when it comes to energy issues, wrote a letter dated April 5th, 2023. I write today in support of the renewable energy development project in Pickaway County known as Circleville Solar. As a co-sponsor of Senate Bill 52, he believes that the Circleville, again, still reading from his letter, I believe the Circleville Solar project fits the Ohio Power Siting Board criteria for approval and qualifies under the law, meaning Senate Bill 52, to be grandfathered in. Therefore, I would urge your approval of the project certificate. From James Hoops, State Representative, he points out in his letter dated April 11th, 2023, as I served as the chair of the House Public Utilities Committee during the Senate Bill 52 debate when I was the ranking member on that committee. First line in his letter, I want to voice my support for the language we agreed to in the 134th General Assembly while working on the Senate Bill 52 in grandfathering projects in that we're at a certain point in the process. His point is that he believes this is one of those. Shane Wilkin, who was in the State House, now is in the State Senate, wrote a letter, and in that, he's got the line, all in all, the Circleville Solar Generation Facility is the, quote, poster child for proper setbacks in rural Ohio. Have another letter from Senator Stephanie Coonsey, who again voices her support. And finally, a letter from me, where I point out that the power generated in this project will be purchased by the Northeast Ohio Public Energy Council, NOPEC, within my Senate district, which is in northeastern Ohio, not central Ohio. Within Senate District 21, NOPEC fulfills the energy needs of many communities. And I conclude, I believe the Circleville Solar Project fits the Ohio Power Siting Board criteria for approval and qualifies to, under the law, to be grandfathered. Therefore, I would urge your approval of the certificate. I will read just two more very quickly. One from the Ohio Chamber of Commerce. The Ohio Chamber of Commerce believes the Circleville Solar Project fits the Ohio Power Siting Board criteria for approval and qualifies under the law to be grandfathered as outlined in the provisions of Senate Bill 52. And let me conclude with a letter from Kenny McDonald, president of the Columbus Partnership, who points out, I think, what is critically important about this and other projects moving forward, which is the groundbreaking project addresses the need by increasing the reliability of power generation in the grid in central Ohio. By boosting the reliability of this grid, we strengthen the region's ability to grow and remain competitive. And I think that's, the larger point that I'm trying to get to. Aside from the 5 members of the General Assembly, aside from the 3 mayors, this is good for the region and good for the constituents that I serve, good for the constituents these other representatives serve, and has the support of a variety of people. But this is really about strengthening the region's ability to grow and remain competitive. And I would urge that this issue not be denied. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Smith, for your comments and your commitment to this board. Are there any additional, is there any additional discussion?
Madam Chairman,
Yes.
I represent Jackson Township, which is the entirety now of where the project is located. Our residents strongly do not want it, do not support it, and I would encourage that all members look at the staff report and vote to please deny this, because Pickaway County, from the commissioners down, do not want solar in our county. So please take that into consideration. I appreciate it if you follow the staff report. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Fosna.
Madam Chairman, if I may, I was the Vice Chair of Public Utilities when Senate Bill 52 was passed, and I remember quite clearly the discussions. And when we talked about grandfathered projects that were so far along in the process, they were specifically supposed to be grandfathered. And while I believe public input is very important, and in all fairness, I must disclose, my district has some of the communities that were going to purchase the power from this. My district also has community solar fields that were built by NextEra. Typically, and for someone who's been on Planning Commission and done annexations for years as a county commissioner, I understand that change is difficult. But in my experience, when these things have gone up, once they're up, people don't even know they're there. And quite honestly, with this being 3 football fields of setback, I'm not sure what additional steps could have been taken to make it easier for the community to accept. So I would just ask that you take in consideration that Senate Bill 52 specifically excluded this project. The Chair of Public Utilities, the ranking member, I as Vice Chair, and several other representatives feel horrible because that was not the intent. So I ask that you please reconsider your position on the Circleville project.
Thank you, Representative Ray. Is there any additional discussion? Okay. Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Okay, item number 2 is approved. Okay, at this time, what I'm going to do, again, Senator Smith, I know you have pressing matters, and so now we're going to go to item number 1, so I'm going to change, yes, thank you, gentlemen, both, very much. So if we could have the ad hocs from Fountain Point, please. So Trustee Spencer and Commissioner Yoder, welcome. It's a high-tech name tag situation we have going on over there, so thank you very much. All right. Item number 1. Case 21-1231 ELBGN, please.
In this entry on rehearing, the board denies the joint application for rehearing filed by Citizens Against Fountain Point LLC and its associated individual interveners.
Okay. Is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes.
Okay, yes, sir.
In reading the staff report,
I want to make sure your microphone's on,
sorry.
just so we can hear you.
In reading the staff report that all of you received, and being a community member, live within 5 miles where this is being proposed to be put, I've personally had roughly a 6 or 7 to 1 ratio of folks that are against that have contacted myself. And so that's been my experience, been involved. So the staff report, as I read it, I did pick up some very soft words as determined. Well, how is it determined? Or this process lended itself to, et cetera, et cetera. In the manufacturing world, that does not fly. We need concrete absolutes. When I read the terms, it was not unanimous, but I don't see the terms of majority. I was at the December 14th meeting and took hash marks on who was opposed and who spoke for. So I was detecting some bias in the staff reports as I read them. This is my second round of staff reports. First one was 92 pages, and this one was 14, which I was glad to see. So I would encourage the board to consider what you're reading and how it will influence you and what the actual situation is in the community. As you look out the right of your shoulder, you'll end up in Logan County, Rush Creek, Boaks Creek Township. And that's where the effect will be depending on your ultimate vote. That's all I have, Madam Chairman.
Thank you very much. Is there any other discussion? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed?
Nay.
2. Okay. So we have 7 in favor, 2 opposed. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, item number 1 is approved. Item number 3, case 23, okay, so, sorry. Thank you very much for being here, and your participation is greatly, greatly appreciated. We'll now move to item number 3, which will be Mink Solar. So we could please have Commissioner Kern and Township Trustee Cowser, please. Welcome. Okay. Okay. Item number 3, case 23713 ELBGN, please.
In this opinion and order, the board approves and adopts the stipulation and recommendation between Mink Solar LLC, the Ohio Farm Bureau Federation, and Ohio Power Siting Board staff, and directs that a certificate of environmental compatibility and public need be issued to Mink Solar Project LLC for the construction, operation, and maintenance of a 140-megawatt solar-powered electric generation facility in the village of Hicksville and Hicksville Township, Defiance County, and Carryall Township, Paulding County.
Okay. Is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Item number 3 is approved. Gentlemen, I'm going to spare you the remainder of the meeting. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, item number 4, case number 24653 ELBGA, please.
In this order on certificate, the board grants the application filed by Archie Energy Project LLC to amend its certificate to construct, operate, and maintain a solar-powered electric generation facility in Fulton County, Ohio, subject to staff's recommended conditions.
Okay, is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Item number 4 is approved. Item number 5, case 24484 ELBTA, please.
In this order on certificate, the board grants the application filed by AEP Ohio Transmission Company to amend its certificate, subject to conditions set forth in the order.
Is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Item number 5 is approved. Item number 6, case 22627 ELBTX, please.
In this opinion and order, the board approves the application of the Dayton Power and Light Company, doing business as AES Ohio, for the construction, operation, and maintenance of the West Manchester, Blazer, Hodgen 138 kilovolt transmission line project along the preferred route, subject to the conditions set forth in the opinion and order.
Is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Item number 6 is approved. We will call item number 7, case 231050 ELBLN, item number 8, case 231098 ELBLN, and item number 9, case 2477 ELBLN together, please.
In these 3 entries, the board grants the joint applications to transfer and assign the construction certificates from Ohio Power Company to AEP Ohio Transmission Company, Inc.
Is there a motion for approval for items number 7, 8, and 9?
Move to approve.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Items number 7, 8, and 9 are approved. Item number 10, case 201678 ELBGN, please.
In this entry, the board approves Jimmy and Susan Leitner's request to withdraw their comments regarding the Hardin Solar Energy 3 LLC project.
Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Item number 10 is approved. That brings us to the end of our agenda. Are there any additional comments from board members or staff? All right, hearing none, we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.